afternoon, guys. I'm heading back to the doctor's office. After I made my video, I got better, but I don't think I'm 100% still. So I'm just going to try to get some answers. I'm going to ask her to officially test me for hypoglycemia, to officially test me for diabetes or pre-diabetes. I know the numbers were fine. I don't know. And I don't know what to say. My previous video says everything that I want to say, pretty much. And some of you are saying, no, don't diagnose yourself. That was the only choice that I had, but I just want to just get a full answer from these people, because if it's hypoglycemia, I'm not drinking orange juice anymore, because after I posted that video I realized that orange juice was not a good choice. So I drink something else, at least if I can hear from the doctor and all these people. I'm actually bummed down about this. I'm humbled, let me just say. So you guys, I just went out for a walk after the doctor's results, the doctor's diagnosis. Oh, unexpected news, guys. Let's go, please. Unexpected news from the doctor. I went to the doctor. I was like, okay, guys, I need you guys to test me for hypoglycemia, because at this point you guys have ruled out diabetes, you guys have ruled out pre-diabetes. They told me that diagnosis for hypoglycemia is actually a very complex diagnosis. What did they say, honey? Remind me.
It's very difficult to test for it.
It's very difficult to test for it. So, and then they were convinced that I probably have anxiety or depression or anything like that. And I said, guys, but I don't have anything I'm worried about. But they said, like, okay, what are the circumstances? They said that even having a child, especially that I'm homeschooling, it could be the cause. They told me to take this test for anxiety or whatever. Guess what? For the last 2 weeks, the questions are not fair, because for the last 2 weeks, that's when I was worried a lot about everything that is going on with me, because I'm freaking out. Guess what? It came out anxiety. I'm going to show you the questions. Let me show you. Let's talk about the results, shall we? So this is the test. I'm not even mild anxiety. I'm moderate anxiety. That's very high. Question 1. Feeling nervous or anxious or on edge? I'm not feeling on edge. I'm not feeling nervous, so to speak, but because of everything that I've been having of not getting answers, it has been giving me restlessness. So I gave you number 2. So hence the reason why it's more than half the day. Not being able to stop or control worrying. How can you stop worrying when you're constantly thinking about, okay, am I gonna pass out? Am I gonna feel like I'm gonna pass out again? They gave you number 2. Worrying about different things. That's the same thing. It's different things. Okay, what if I have anxiety? Oh, what if I have tumor? What if I have, what else did I diagnose myself with? Diabetes. What if I have this? That's another thing that I gave 2. So I worried about that. Trouble relaxing. How can you relax when you have all these problems? You know what I mean? So I did not relax. That's why I gave it 2. Being so restless that it is hard to sit still. Yeah, because when I feel like my brain is gonna go on losing consciousness again, like especially if I've not eaten, it's hard for me to stay still, because I have to stretch. I have to make sure that I'm stretching so that I distract myself. Becoming easily annoyed or irritated. No, that one I don't really get annoyed easily. Even though I'm feeling this way, I'm not getting annoyed. So I gave you 1. Feeling afraid as if something awful might happen. 2. Because I feel like I may pass out. And then the number was 11. That's the score. And then they said I'm moderately anxiety. That's weird. For the last 2 weeks. So I'll say that I still haven't gotten my answers yet. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm worried for nothing, as they say. But no, I know my body. Still no answers, guys. So guys, it's been a couple of days since the last time I vlogged that video. Yes, I'm wearing the same shirt that I was wearing in my previous video, but no. I told you guys that I don't change clothes as much. So, good and bad news. Okay, not good and bad news. Let me start again. So, you guys, after I went from the hospital, after the doctor told me that there was nothing wrong with me, that is only anxiety, although I don't know where anxiety came from, I decided to go hardcore on my diet change. I'm very bloated today, by the way. It's not because today is that time of the month. I'm very bloated. So what happened was that I went outside and just poured my heart to God. And I said, God, what is going on with me? Before I went to the hospital. I never shared this with you guys. And I said, what is going on with me? Do you want to heal me or no? What is going on? And that's when I diagnosed myself with hypoglycemia. After I posted the video, a lot of you say, why are you diagnosing yourself? And I thought to myself, like, because the episodes came, but not at a rush, not like severely. So I decided to go to the hospital. That's the vlog that we just found. And then what I did, I changed my diet completely. If you watch my previous video, I talked about how I drank orange juice. I stopped drinking orange juice in the morning. I replaced orange juice with kefir. They say the right pronunciation is kefir, right? Kefir, but Americans call it kefir. So I drank plain whole milk, not reduced fat, plain whole milk, kefir, every single day. Honey, I know you're busy. Can you please do me a favor? Do you mind grabbing that kefir so I can show it to my followers?
Kefir?
A2 kefir, yeah. So this is the kefir that I drink. It's going to be a lot pricier maybe for you guys, some of you guys, but this is the kefir that I drink. You guys know that I love and I live by the Alexandra milk. I feel like Alexandra milk is good. The ingredients are only organic grass-fed milk, 100% whole milk, live cultures, and that's all. So this is what I drink every single day. And also because of my so-called anxiety, I'm pretty in court because I don't know what in the world my body has done to me to be diagnosed with anxiety. It's weird for me, but after this I'll tell you also what the doctor told me, because please stick around, because this video I'm hoping that is going to help a woman out there. So this is what I drink in the morning. Also, I drink it before bed. Before bed I only drink 4 ounces because it contains what, honey?
Tryptophan.
Okay, come and tell my followers.
Tryptophan. It helps you when you sleep. It helps you restore your body and things like that. I learned about it when I was into fitness as a teenager. He said in order to build muscle, make sure you have plenty of tryptophan in you, because when you sleep, it builds up your muscles.
Yeah.
I think it's an amino acid.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so.
Yes, my husband answered.
So it's in milk.
Yes. So I drink it before bed. Some people say drink it a couple of hours before bed. I'm not allergic to any dairy anyway. So I drank this type of stuff in Botswana anyways. So I just drink it right before bed. It's that medicine that I used, and then I lie down and I sleep peacefully because I don't have any problem with my gut health. And I only eat the stuff that the Lord has made. If I don't know how it was made, or if I don't know the process of how it was made, I don't eat it. And let me tell you, my so-called anxiety is gone, pretty much. And I didn't know that it could be caused by food, because some of you are saying stress. Of course, I've eliminated a lot of stress, so to speak. I'm taking a lot of breaks. I sleep 8 hours a day, a night. And I don't know if my weight and my health had everything to do with it. I'm very suspicious, because how come I changed my diet and all of a sudden I started becoming fine? Maybe I overloaded my blood, or I overloaded my body with that. Also, I believe that it was the doctors, when I went to the hospital, I told them that I think I have hypoglycemia. You know what? One of the days I should make you guys what I eat in a day, so that I'm not all over the place. I bought the blood test monitor to check my blood all the time in the morning when I wake up. Personally, based on my self-diagnosis, okay, I believe that I had hypoglycemia due to a lot of my high carb diet, and as a result it gave me anxiety. That's what I think happened to my body. And then the moment I changed my diet, when I drank orange juice, it did not altogether go away. But the moment I stopped orange juice and started drinking kefir, it started going away. So here is my self-diagnosis, because the doctors definitely told me that it's very hard to diagnose hypoglycemia, but the best bet that you can do is to at home just keep on checking your blood and monitor your blood and just do that. So I think my so-called anxiety is coming from hypoglycemia. My miracle here, last time I was saying orange juice, I take that back. Orange juice helped, but what I think really made a huge difference was kefir. Because I learned that they told me that I'm not diabetic. I'm not even pre-diabetic. Everything was fine. They told me that nothing to worry about, nothing to think too hard on, and to just focus on going to see a they, no offense to American medicine or whatever, I was so offended how they told me the first day, okay? No offense to American medicine, but I want you guys to pray to God a lot before you take a lot of actions. Because that day when I went to the hospital, guess what they offered me? They offered me this. The lady said, well, we have a type of a tablet or medicine that can help you calm you down. I was like over my dead body. Don't get me wrong. If you are the person that drinks these things, I'm not against you because they are very, very important for some people. But this is my first day, my first problem that I came. This is a rant, by the way. This is the first day I came. And you are already wanting to give me something to calm me down, without even telling me, now, how about you go home and change your diet and see if it gets better? I was extremely offended by that. Not like offended, like I got angry, but I'm someone that I will never, I know some people go this route, but personally for me, I'm someone that I will never go that route. Because I know the side effects. I know everything like that. I've studied this stuff. I think my problem was the diet. The moment I changed the diet, I became fine. And I have not had the episodes. And when I feel a little overwhelmed, which I don't think it was overwhelming per se, I think the problem was a lot of glucose in my blood. Because the moment I put that in check, I started becoming fine. And then drinking kefir the night before I go to bed, it has helped tremendously. And I drink A2. I don't drink A1 milk. I mean, I do when I don't have a choice, but a lot of times I drink A2 milk. Because this milk, to be honest with you, one of the things that I commend Alexander Milk for, this is not sponsored, is that I'm from Africa, right? I'm from an African country. It's one of the milks that tastes similar to the milk back home, and it's one of the most expensive milk in America. I'm like, why does this milk have to be 2 times, sometimes even 3 times more than the milk? But I just buy it now. I just become like, you know what, my kids need this, everything. So the moment I lowered my blood glucose in my body with making sure that I'm eating, but I'm using like whole grains, I'm using milk, kefir is one of my things that I go to, my symptoms started going away. And it made me think, like, what if I was a typical person that goes to doctor and believe everything doctors say? What if I took the medication that the doctor is going to help me to calm me down? What if I took that? Because it's hard to get off of these things. So that's what happened. And now I am fine. I'm just fixing my body very well. Some of you have asked me, do you think, because I used to say like, so a lot of you have asked me, will there be baby number 5? Now there's hope for baby number 5. To be honest with you, okay, I don't want to say it loud. I always feel like shy to say this in front of Papa and Dada and everyone. There's hope, but not now, okay? Because if I could be pregnant with the feelings that I felt, I think I'll go crazy. So right now is the time to fix my body. No children right now. No, I don't use birth control. I don't use those type of birth control, but I know my body very well. So I'm not someone that I'll never take birth control pills either. I'll never take anything. Let me say this about my body. I'll never take anything that deals with my hormones. Whether it's to calm me down, or whether to do anything like that. Like, I don't take birth control pills. I'll never take stuff like that. But I know my body very well. I know when I'm ovulate. I know my body has never been giving me a problem to know when I'm likely to conceive. But what I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to be like very careful on my ovulation days to make sure that I fix my body first, because I cannot deal with pregnancy. But my husband and I, we still both want more kids. I don't care what anyone says. At this point nowadays, I'm not even shy to talk about that, because it makes me, I don't care what anyone thinks, whether I should have more babies or whether my husband is old or whether I'm old. I don't care. But if the Lord blesses us, but right now we're just dealing with this main problem of the stuff. And I want to tell you that the Lord, that day that I cried to the Lord, I remember it, because I told the Lord, I said, God, there's nothing, as far as my heart, there's nothing that is making me anxious. What could be the problem? I was crying to the Lord, and I said, what is going on with me? Am I stressed? What is stressing me out? I started reducing my time. Usually with my kids, if they have not finished their homework, I'll finish it in the afternoon. I stopped doing that. I stopped like making sure that, okay, the kids are done at 12:30. The moment they're done with schoolwork, we'll deal with the next day. I did not like do any extra stuff. I did not do any homeworks on Saturdays, because I just wanted to make sure that I'm dealing with that problems thing. I eliminated my stress, but my symptoms were still not gone 100%. But the moment I made a life change in my body, the moment, and thank you so much to everyone that commented saying orange juice is not that good. I think that's right, because I think it was putting me on a crash. And the doctor too, the nurse told me when I went to the doctor, they said, when you are feeling it, just drink an orange juice. And I mean, I'm not saying that's bad because I did it, but I'm saying that I feel like at the doctor, they're going to tell you whatever thing that's going to make you come back to them. That's just my opinion. I mean, sad to say, I mean, they help sometimes, but I feel like sometimes you get into that thing. And ever since I changed my diet, I think I am back to myself. I will never, no, I'm not saying never, but I'm now paranoid to eat a lot of processed food. Because if they really messed up with my, like, because like all these things, like, you know, like there's a lot of stuff like the hypothalamus, the stuff that you need to make sure that they are working at the maximum stuff. And so even your kidneys, even your liver, even your pancreas, right? Like, think of the way insulin works and how the glucagon works. I mean, I'm taking you back to high school, but you know, those things that we learn in homeostasis. Think of how to make them to work at their optimal. And try to not overdose your body with a lot of work. At this point, I no longer look at processed food the same way. At first, I used to be like, you've been watching my channel for a long time. I've been the person that says, oh, whatever, food is food. I don't know if I hold that position anymore after what happened to me. I think food is food, so to speak. If, for example, you cannot afford it, then whatever it takes for you to feel like you've eaten. But if we can afford it, avoid processed food. Okay, let me say this because I want to say this. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian. I want to tell you my experience of how I had a very worst panic attack ever for the first time in my life. And I think it was due to my hypoglycemia, being hypoglycemic. And what is hypoglycemia? It's low blood. How do I get to that point to take my glucose low like that? My body was really breaking down. I think the Lord was showing me that your body is breaking down. We may not see it, but the change of my diet changed everything for me. My diet changed everything for me. The doctor told me that anxiety can be more than that. I wished they told me to change my diet. I wish they told me to do a lot of stuff like that, but they didn't. But I did it on my case. I did it on myself. But I'm telling you, this is a study. If I have another episode, I'm going to film it. Because one thing that I'm thankful for is that I did not have anything that was stressing me out as much as Because if, for example, I had a marriage problem, or if, for example, I had a lot of stress like that, I think I would have bought into this thing. But I'm glad that I didn't have a lot of stress in my life to really like make me believe that it was that. So I think, okay, I know I babbled, I talked too much. What I'm gonna say is that the problem was that I had hypoglycemia. I'm still convinced that it was hypoglycemia because I was getting better after the orange juice. But I still went back to not drinking orange juice, but instead to drink kefir in the morning. So I switched orange juice to kefir, but the moment I did that, all my symptoms went away. I started also to have sleepless nights. The moment I drank kefir right before bed, my symptoms went away. And not only that, one of my followers that I love so much, my follower told me, no, I had the same problem. I started eating a lot of berries, right? I don't like berries. So if there's one thing that I don't like is strawberry. I'm not a strawberry girl. I'm not a blueberry girl. But sometimes if I feel like I need a little snack or for dinner, if I don't feel like eating anything, because after I changed my diet, hunger went down a lot. So I'm not eating as crazily as much as like right now I'm gonna eat a T-bone steak. I'm gonna show you in a second. I just don't want to sleep without eating because I'm afraid that my hypoglycemia may come back. But instead of just forcing myself to eat, I'll have 4 ounces of this or sometimes 8 ounces of this, and then I'll put berries, strawberry or blueberries. And I want to say this, that I want to talk to Africans in Africa, in Botswana especially. If I was to summarize my eating right now, I'll say that I'm eating like how we used to eat when we were at our grandparents' places before our parents started making more money. Like that poor man's diet in Botswana is the diet that I'm going back to. So, what is the diet? Real food, the food that we get from the field. That is the diet that I went back to, and it has changed my body tremendously. As my weight keeps going down, I'm going to be doing this and putting a log in and changing everything. So one thing that I can give you, especially if you are in Africa, I know that people that go out to eat at KFC, they are considered wealthy, and that's the people that we want to be like. And that's people that we strive to be like. People that are able to buy KFC, that are able to eat French fries. Those are the people that we want to be like. I want to tell you that actually this is the Lord's doing. Those people are the people that we should not strive to be like, because that food is definitely damaging your body. Talking from experience. So when you are eating that corn from the field, don't think you are poor. I know this is Americans may not relate. I'm talking to my African people. When someone is giving you, when your parents are actually going to their own farm and killing their own animal and eating it, and you feel like, when your mom is having those chickens in their fields and they're eating them, and you feel like, but I want KFC. No, you don't. You don't. You know, one thing that when I grew up, this makes me emotional sometimes to see that the grass is not greener on the other side. When I was growing up, I grew up with this diet of real food most of the time, 99% of the time. I used to study very hard, hence the reason why I went overseas to study. I used to study very, very hard and say that one day I'm going to be eating French fries every day. As a child, I used to tell myself that. I used to tell myself that one day I'm going to eat the street food, like the fried food every day. Because as a mind of a child, I used to be like drooling over that lifestyle. But now when I look back, it was foolishness in my heart. Because that's the diet I started. I started gaining my weight when I went to Canada for school. And now when I look back, and I used to eat fries every day, by the way. I used to fulfill my dream. Now when I look back, I say foolishness is born in the heart of a child. That was foolishness. Now I'm going back to the drawing board. Let me go and show what my husband made. So, what are you making, my lovey?
2 T-bones, 2 cube steaks,
Yeah.
and onions.
And onions. I'll show you what I'm eating. And yes, I'm back to the drawing board. I'm eating my meat, and meat is very expensive here in America. But at this point, I'm not looking at prices. I'm looking at food, real food. I mean, I know that's like an underthought statement, but we are investing a lot more in my diet. I'm eating real food, organic most of the times, but it has to be from the field. Yes, I eat rice, because some of you are saying me like, no, give keto a try. My diet is very close to keto, but it's not keto, because I still eat. I don't know if keto will consider kefir a keto friendly meal. Let me know if you're a keto type of a person. Another thing that I eat brown rice. Another thing that I love bread, I eat Ezekiel bread. Let me tell you about Ezekiel bread. I was like, dang, I want to see if I can make this bread from home. I now, instead of using the mayo from the store, yesterday I had tuna bread. I had slice of Ezekiel bread with tuna. Instead of mayo, I put Greek yogurt. Guess what happened? It did not change the taste whatsoever. Honey, would you say that putting Greek yogurt changed the taste?
I was surprised it didn't change it at all for me.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of mayonnaise anyways, but the Greek yogurt just tasted the same to me.
So that was for me, that was actually very shocking to me, because it just shows that sometimes real food is actually tastier, and we just like shun it. We not use mayonnaise, because I don't have the thing to make myself mayonnaise at home.
Let's make some fresh, homemade, organic mayonnaise. Absolutely wonderful. Perfect on sandwiches.
And that's my story of how I healed my anxiety. Honestly, I don't think it was anxiety. I think it was hypoglycemia, and hypoglycemia was causing me anxiety. That's what I think. I don't think the first diagnosis was anxiety. I think the diagnosis was hypoglycemia, and hypoglycemia put my body into a panic. And as a result, I got anxiety. Because when they were making me those tests, like for my anxiety stuff, they said, did you do or everything that they were testing me, I was worried, because I was nervous that I'm going to get dizzy again. But the moment for the first time after I started poking my blood, this morning, I woke up in it being 90. And now my brain is working fine. And I'm making sure that I'm eating, by the way. Right now is almost 12:30, which is a little, not too late, but usually I eat around 12:15. But my husband is almost done with lunch, because I wanted to make sure that I'm filming this way. So if something to take out of this video, I know it was all over the place, is that eat real food, my people. It's not worth it. That feeling is not worth it. It's not. So are you gonna change your diet anytime?
It was today our daily bread. There's only 4 ingredients, and that bread is from a local bakery. I don't see a problem with it.
Okay, I love that. So here's the T-bone steak, and then I'll show you what I'm eating. Here is broccoli. So I'm gonna serve myself and show you my food. So let me show you my lunch. This is my lunch. As you see, I eat sweet potato. The kids now, I started to make them also eat healthily with mommy, because I'm not. Go and wash your hands. Go and wash your hands. Go and wash your hands first. What does he want? So get our food, guys. Your food is this one. Sweet potato, yes. Or this one. Which one do you want? No, this one is for baby. Yeah. That's for baby. No, that's for baby, buddy. Yeah, that's your food over there. Yeah. So this is what I'm. After my panic of my hypoglycemia, anxiety, and everything like that, also, no, I do not change the kids' diet as much. At some days, I just make sure that everyone eats healthy. So we are all eating T-bone steak with, please, T-bone steak with sweet potato, and I'm also eating it with veggies.